it's always a good idea to sort of do a mental rehash of what I saw and what I went through during the clinic, what I saw with the great swimmers, what I saw from Jamie, maybe what you saw from me, and be able to visualize sort of what you're working towards. Make sure we have a list. I want to make sure we have everybody's email and phone before you leave, so we can get you any links that we have for the internet, and make sure that we have get you a chance to see yourself on video. If for some reason you don't get any video of you, maybe we can do a second day where we just come in and get together and have a swim sometime, and we'll do some more video work and stuff, and we'll try to make that work as a follow-up. So obviously today, there's a lot of changes going on. There's a lot going on in your head. And so it may have been somewhat frustrating, or it may have been somewhat enlightening, or you may have got different things out of the actual time in the pool. It's a tough thing to do, jump in with another 35 people and with a lot of people in your lane and work through something. So I hope you enjoyed the in-pool thing, but I think where you're going to make your best gains is if you understand what we're working towards, getting in a pool where it's quiet, you can kind of get in and have a lane to yourself or with one other person and have an opportunity to work your way through it. I was telling somebody a second ago, you know, the rec center, the shallow end, if there's not an aquafit class or something, if you can go in when there's nothing going on, you can go widthwise in the shallow end of the rec center, and that's actually not a bad place. The water's warm, so you know, you're not freezing your butt off, and you don't have to swim hard. You can really take a second and break everything down, so working on it. So I'm going to send you the drills on an email, the 4 or 5 drills that we had. And we're going to kind of just go ahead and progress from there. If you have questions, feel free to send me an email, and we'll talk about it a little bit more. I think what we're planning is with Jeff from Runner's Choice. It's Jeff Todd from Runner's Choice, and Steve Fleck, who I'm going to introduce in a second as our wetsuit rep from 19. Bit of a legend, so he deserves some recognition as well. So we're going to maybe have a follow-up in the open water once the weather turns and we can actually get into the open water without fear of frostbite. So hopefully we're going to do that. So any final comments or questions? Any big ones? Any big ones? Or do people feel kind of comfortable with what we looked at and what we're trying to work towards? I mean, I know we're not feeling.
If you're feeling tension through your forearm, is that a good sign?
It may be, actually I would say that's a good sign, especially if you're trying to get into that over the barrel and you're feeling like you got more leverage and you're trying to get some fatigue in there. So the balance will be, can I do it with a little less tension so I don't fatigue out as much? Can I hold that position without fighting for it? Like you might be over tensing. So what I try to do, whether it's on the bike in the aero position, I try to keep my shoulders and my hands relaxed. When I'm running, I try to keep my shoulders loose. When I'm swimming, I try to hold leverage without fighting for tension, right? So there's a difference between squeezing and having power. So that may be a balance that you've got to work on, but I'd say that's something to work towards. Okay, good stuff. Thank you. Thanks, Aaron. So what we have now, so Steve Fleck is from 19 Wetsuits.